Damn, what is happening with Bitcoin right now? The price is almost $120,000 per Bitcoin, which is absolutely crazy, and I've called this out in my previous video. So if you guys want to go check that out, go check that out. But before we head into the analysis, I'm going to go into this article that I found on Independent, which says why Bitcoin is surging. So market momentum has been building since Donald Trump's Liberation Day announcement on the 2nd of April, when the US president unveiled a broad packages on tariff. While global stocks markets slumped, Bitcoin began an upwards trend that took it from $70,000 to prices at where it is now. So go ahead and see this article as well, guys. I'll link the link down below. But in terms of analysis, I've called this out previously in my other video, which I'll link in the corner now, which you can go see. And I predicted that will hit around $120,000 fairly soon with everything that's happening. So I'm on the monthly time frame, and I'm going to be highlighting these key level of zones. You can see here this key level resistance level that was formed around January 25 this year. In fact, when it did peak up to the all-time high around 110,000 region. Ever since then, it did plummet all the way down here, creating that level of strong resistance over here, which then created into that support over here around that 82,000 region. Ever since then, you can see here it did almost tap into this resistance level right here around that 70,000 region, but it failed to do so. It did peak around that low around 74,000, which everyone thought, you know, panicking and whatnot. And ever since then, it's just been completely bullish ever since that low around that April time, when before Trump actually got into power. Ever since then, 59% increase since then, creating those all-time highs, which is absolutely amazing. So you can see here exactly what's been going on. It created that level of strong support. Ever since then, it's just been creating all these higher highs and higher lows, just been completely wicking off all these highs you can see here. And ever since then, you can see what exactly is going on. So if I just zoom in further in, so you can see exactly what's been going on. So exactly what I said here, resistance was formed around last year April, it turned into support around this year April, broke that level of strong resistance level which was formed around in the start of this year. Even this support region here, which is completely broken here. So if I clone this down here, you can see here this support region was completely broken as well, and ever since then it did speak down all the way down here, create a level of strong support, and heading back up to that all-time high right now. So in terms of trading, just make sure you're very careful in terms of what's exactly happening. Going into the weekly, you can see here exactly what patterns were formed here. You can see here there was that range that was happening around 24 to around late of 24 last year. Ever since then, broke that, created that level of strong support here, tapped into that region, and just been completely bullish ever since then. So just see what exactly what patterns are formed here. You can see here it created that lower low, then lower high, and ever since then it's been creating high highs and higher lows ever since then. So the pattern seems to be going in this momentum as we speak, until we can see some sort of structural pattern happening, until there's that break of strong support before forming these lower lows and lower highs, forming down to around that 60,000 70,000 region, as we expect, you know, price correction and so on, and people selling off, especially taking profits at this region. So just be careful in terms of what exactly has been happening, especially right now in the weekly time frame. You can see here ever since these news has been happening, all these higher highs have just been completely broken. Just especially down here, you can see here the strong level of resistance region formed around here just been completely broken, and ever since then just been completely bullish since then. So just be careful exactly what's happening within these regions. Going into the daily time frame, you can see as well there was that range-ish region around here. You can see here, if I cover this range-ish region around here, just happened between that 70,000 to 100,000 region, just been playing ever since then. You can see here back around 24th of November last year, completely broke this, went up to around that all-time high around $110,000. Since then, just been completely bearish, back to that 75,000 region, tapping into that November 24 region again. And then since then, just been completely bullish, as I said, just creating that higher highs and higher low patterns ever since then over here. So you can see here exactly what's happening here. Since this range is now broken, just be careful. There will definitely be a retest back on this zone. If it breaks this zone here and retests back onto a new level of resistance slash support, there will be a strong region going back down to that 90,000 region, breaking these level of support regions here. You can see here on the daily time frame all these levels of strong support regions that was formed around that range-ish region. Just be careful exactly what's happening, especially here as well. Since that resistance around that all-time high was broken, there is a strong momentum of this completely pushing towards that region of around that 120,000 region, which is the psychological level as well, and it's not too far from where it is at the moment. It's only around a 2% gain since where we are at the moment, so around $4,000 off. So guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. It's a fairly quick one, but hopefully you understand exactly what's happening with Bitcoin. Just make sure you trade carefully, as there is no price previously which indicates where price could head to. Is a completely new price where it is at the moment, so just careful with trade. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below where you think Bitcoin's heading to, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.